Dontaesboxingnation, what's going on, guys? You know, if anyone in the boxing world has merit when it comes to talking about Manny Pacquiao, it's definitely Tim Bradley. He's one of them at least, right? He's fought the man twice, and he currently holds a record of 1-1 with Manny Pacquiao. Tim Bradley recently gave his thoughts on a possible super fight between Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, and this is what he had to say. Quote, Manny is definitely a big threat in the sport still a top dog, and I think he will be a threat to Mayweather. I honestly do. I think he can clip Mayweather. I think it's a 50-50 fight, and I think it should happen. We have to wait and see if they can put it together. I think it makes sense. I think the fight does over 3 million pay-per-view buys, and it's the fight that everybody wants to see, and I think it's great for boxing. End quote. Now, for the people who don't know this, Tim Bradley, years ago, before he was even considered a possible Manny Pacquiao opponent, Team Pacquiao, they actually reached out to Tim Bradley in the hopes of hiring him to be a sparring partner to help them prepare for a Mayweather fight. Now, I believe that was 6 years ago, the very first negotiations that ever took place. Matter of fact, the negotiations that came the closest to making the fight come to fruition. Now, Tim Bradley, he declined the offer because Manny Pacquiao was someone that was on his hit list even back then. He always wanted to fight Manny Pacquiao, so he felt there was no reason to spar with him. Okay? Now, you fast forward 6 years later, and now Tim Bradley has a record of 1-1 with Manny Pacquiao, and now we're talking about Manny Pacquiao fighting against Floyd Money Mayweather. Now, some other stuff that Tim Bradley said in this interview was he basically said, you know, after Manny Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez, it seemed like there was no reason for us to really have a Mayweather versus Pacquiao fight. But since that KO loss, Manny Pacquiao, he's beaten Chris Algieri, Brandon Rios, and Tim Bradley. And because of that reason, Tim Bradley believes that now this fight is just as big as it was before. Now I want to talk about the main part of this article is when Tim Bradley said he believes that Manny Pacquiao can clip Floyd Mayweather, and this is a 50-50 fight. Now this may surprise some of you casual fans on YouTube, but I actually agree with part of what Tim Bradley said, which is Manny Pacquiao, he can definitely clip Floyd Mayweather, okay? For those of you guys subscribe to me, you guys have heard me say on numerous occasions, although Manny Pacquiao is flawed defensively, although he has balance issues, Manny Pacquiao has a very accurate and a very strong left hand that strikes like lightning, okay? It will take time to adjust to that left hand. I would not be surprised if Manny Pacquiao catches Floyd Mayweather with a good left hand within the first 3 or 4 rounds, just like Zab Judah did, okay? Because he does have that type of speed when it comes to throwing that left hand. But Manny Pacquiao doesn't have the defense or the type of rhythm that Zab Judah has, especially a first quarter Zab Judah, meaning a Zab Judah in the first 4 or 5 rounds. But nevertheless, I agree with Tim Bradley. Manny Pacquiao definitely has a very good chance of clipping Floyd Mayweather. I mean, it is a 12-round fight. Fighters do get hit. The question is, what punch is Manny Pacquiao going to hit Mayweather with? Because I already have an idea of what punches Floyd Mayweather is going to hit Manny Pacquiao with, and I think it's going to be every punch. The jab, the right hand, the lead right hand, the jab to the solar plexus, the right hand to the solar plexus, the check hook, body punches, uppercuts, all of the above when it comes to Floyd Mayweather hitting Manny Pacquiao. I think parts of this fight will be reminiscent of the Mayweather versus Ortiz fight. Victor Ortiz, a southpaw just like Manny Pacquiao, he likes to come in moving side to side, using a lot of, side to side head movement. And what Floyd Mayweather was able to do in that fight, he was able to time Victor Ortiz moving side to side and catch him with perfect lead right hands. Okay, I think we're going to see a lot of that in this fight. We're going to see a lot of Floyd Mayweather possibly pawing his jab with Manny Pacquiao's jab and catching him with that accurate laser-like right hand. I see Mayweather later on in the fight, just like the Zab Judah fight, attempting to impose his will on Manny Pacquiao, trying to walk him down. Because when Manny Pacquiao goes on the defensive, he shells up. He shells up with this very high guard where he leaves his body open and he leaves himself open for all type of punches. You go back and you watch the Cotto fight, you watch the Clottey fight, you'll notice whenever Pacquiao would shell up, fighters like Clottey and Miguel Cotto, they were able to shoot uppercuts right up the middle. And all you seen was Pacquiao's head just shooting up in the air. Okay? Even in the Algieri fight, Algieri was just too reluctant to take advantage of the openings. But there were a lot of openings where Manny Pacquiao was basically just sitting there waiting to be countered. But Algieri, he was a little too passive. He lost his confidence. I think the speed really discouraged Chris Algieri. But this is not going to be Chris Algieri. This is going to be Floyd Mayweather. And you're going to see a very, very different fight. I would not be surprised if Floyd Mayweather drops Manny Pacquiao. Once again, you boxing fans keep thinking that knockouts come from power. Some dude swinging with a sledgehammer. No. A lot of times knockouts come from punches that you do not see, or an accumulation of breaking someone down. And that's what I think we're going to see in this fight. I'm on to the next one.